with just some announcements. So we figure we might as well share the screen with that email and share the different announcements that she had. So here we are. She is basically, and so our account manager is Lauren Lucero. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. I think it's Lucero. And so she emails us, different things, keeps us in touch with what's going on. So there is a September Cancun promotion where you can earn 300 points towards that Cancun Elite Academy trip. And that's basically the main way is if you are a distributor to Pro 2 and you can rank advance to Pro 3 by the end of September, then you can earn 300 points towards that trip. That would be for most people. If you're a Pro 3 or a Pro 4, then you're going to be supporting one distributor to rank advance to Pro 3 by the end of September. You would also get those 300 points. Then Pros 5s and 6, you have to help support 2 distributors to Pro 3, and Pro 7s and above have to support 3 distributors to rank advance to Pro 3. And those are personally enrolled distributors. So, that's just another way to earn some points towards that trip. Then another thing is that there's a monthly Facebook training that begins the first Friday of every month. So that was actually last Friday that happened, but it's just good to know that the first Friday of every month that there's going to be just a training. So, it's good information to have, and it's always going to be at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, which for us would be 9 o'clock in the morning. I know a lot of us are, well, I'm not, but a lot of people are working at 9 a.m. So
so bad. I watched it, by the way. I did. It was Tara Wilson.
Oh, it was Tara?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So 9 o'clock on the first Friday of every month, a good training. So that's something to tune into if you can. Then there's also compliance training, which is good. I think that this is a good thing for us to constantly keep ourselves on our toes with what we're doing and what we're saying is compliant. We do have a whole compliance department that watches that kind of thing. They watch what we post, on Facebook or Instagram. They're watching what kinds of things are being said. And so everybody has the opportunity to get compliance training. It's available in your back office. So you're just going back into your back office and you're going to be able to find that training. They also have trainings on telling your story, Amazon, and social media guidance. So all in that framework of being compliant with those things. So you find it, you go in that, the blue tab across our back office, you've got communications, and under communications is the library. And under library, there will be a link for compliance. And so that's where that training will be. And then she also said the Tell Your Story training gets you certified and your name is put into a drawing. So good to know. And those are basically the announcements.
Good to know. The Pro 3 training for, nothing else down here? The Pro 3 training for this month is actually not training, but the rank advance to Pro 3 for 300 points is that's pretty good. I mean, that's a big chunk they're doing. And of course, the reason they're doing that is because the Pro 3 is the foundation rank, so they're trying to help people move along to the foundation rank, of course. So a couple other housekeeping items. You guys all know that LVA is coming up September 21st. We have one here locally in Cleveland. We know there's one out in the Los Angeles area. We know that there's one near Kent in Kansas City. We know that in Missouri, and then
online.
And then you got the online, which for George, that would probably be your best bet because there's nothing near Homewood. So your best bet would probably be online. So you'd want to look into that ahead. That's September 21st, which would be a week from Saturday.
A week from the Saturday. Michael, do we know who's coming to Cleveland?
Yeah, he does. If he told you, he'd have to kill you.
He might not be listening to me right now.
It's Marcel.
Oh, is it? Oh, very, very cool.
So we got a Pro 10 coming in.
Pro 10 coming.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Just FYI for you guys.
Oh, Michael's muted. Oh, you've muted everybody.
Yeah, I muted.
Oh, well, no wonder he's not. How do you unmute?
He would normally mute you anyways, hon. He would, it's your son.
Hold on. Michael, are you there? Oh, maybe he's still ignoring me.
He's still ignoring you. Anyway, so LVA September 21st. You got Long Beach guys October 3 through 5. So please register. That is so going to be critically important to get there. For some people like Lewis, it's right in his backyard. And for some of us, we're going to travel across the country, but of course, well worth it. So we're looking forward to that big time. And then you got your Cancun trip February 6th through 10th, which is why they're doing this promotion to try to help people get to Cancun. So if there's any means to get there, certainly go and use the time to spend a few extra days there with the team and with getting to know everybody and actually enjoying some relaxation besides getting all that training from EA. So guys, that's the announcements. We usually do those about every week. We try to remind everybody to make sure you get on those. I've been sending reminders, especially to the new people, that there is the Saturday morning trainings every Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Central time. That's on the Big Blue calendar. That's always a Pro 7 or above that does about a 30-minute training. And I highly recommend jumping on those. I think I might have said a couple weeks ago that Ann and I, we don't get on them as often anymore. We've done some of the trainings ourselves on that call, but for a couple of years, we did it every Saturday. We'd throw our pods in our ear and walk around and, clean the house or do whatever we were doing. And we'd always listen to those things because it keeps you involved. As always, guys, any help you need, let's definitely plug in and reach out to us, which is kind of part of the topic today, talking about texting and invite. Eric Worre says that texting is more efficient than email, and there's a reason for that. Most people will open up their texts because they have their phones with them all the time, and just real quickly they'll pop open a text and they'll probably read it. Email is not as efficient. People just don't read emails, and they get so flooded with spam and other crap that people are trying to come across. I know I get a ton, and I'm always trying to opt out of those things, but with a text, if somebody's texting me, typically it's somebody that I know and I'll pay attention to. So if you're going to text somebody, and in the past, we've always talked about, you don't text the video. Well, in a lot of ways, it's okay to text that video. I mean, and Jordan on our team, the other day on Friday and Saturday, I think he texted 45 people. It's very easy to pick up your phone and literally copy and paste a quick invite with a video. And of course, the videos that we've been using that I think are great are somewhere between 8 and 9, maybe 10 minutes long. You got your littleyellowpill.com, which you guys should all have. If you don't, let me know and we'll shoot it right to you. And biohackingyourbody.com, both of which will indicate certain things, such as, I'll show you this real quick. I won't play them, of course, but they both come up and they both have information on, you got your ABC Primetime. This happens to be ABC Yellow Pill. You got your ABC Primetime. You got research you could click on. Look at all the research they actually show. The other day, Lewis and I were talking to Jordan because he was conversing with a pharmacist, real nice guy, and the guy wanted research. Well, this is the kind of stuff you want to show them. You don't want to cut somebody loose and just tell them to go start doing research on Google, because they're going to get all kinds of blogs and everything else. But on this screen, they can go to Google Scholar, which weeds out all those blogs. They can go to PubMed.gov. They can get into here and they can read the patents, which is extremely cool. Okay, and then the other video that I also like is, if I could pull it up here, go back. Sorry, I try to move around on these things as quick as I can. Let's see. Should be down at the bottom of my screen. Well, it's not. It's in there somewhere. But anyways, the other video I was looking at was, let's do this. Let's see. This is biohackingyourbody.com. There you go. This is also a pretty good one as well because you got the same thing. You can go to home, which is going to give you the ABC. Okay, again, both about 9 or 10 minutes long. You got research. You got Spanish over here, which if you know anybody in the Spanish world, you can click on that and the whole video plays in Spanish. I think what I like about the research on this one, in addition to just the research, look what happens. All of a sudden, all this stuff pops up. You got all the university studies. You got the BSCG they talk about. You have Dr. McCord who has a video. You got this snippet from PBS Healing. Most of you guys have seen this. And then you got Dr. Maniscalco at the bottom who talks about not only NRF1 and NRF2, but he also has a separate NRF2. So he's a cardiologist, does a real nice job. So we happen to send this one to Jordan, to that pharmacist the other day because we thought it was pretty powerful. So those are the videos that I would suggest using. Take your pick. Make sure you watch them both before you send them out so you actually know what you're sending. And it's okay to invite somebody, and something as simple as this, guys, and you could play this back or write it down. Hey, Sue, or hey, Jim, whatever a person's name might be. I want to share something with you that I'm extremely excited about. I'm going to share a 9-minute video with you and really want you to watch it. Text me or call me after you watch it. Okay, you're either going to get a text back or you're going to get maybe a response, maybe a call. I don't know. Sometimes people will just ignore it, but then you just tie it to a follow-up. All right. Let's just say, for example, somebody does text you back and say, hey, that sounds pretty cool. Tell me more information about that. So, and the important part with this is if you just start a texting contest, you're probably going to get a little frustrated because you can't really share information. Plus, you don't want to be the message, okay? You want to typically say, well, listen, as I just said, I just found out about this. I'm really excited about it. Can we get on the phone? Are you available right now or tomorrow at this time? And a lot of times people will text back and say, you know what, I'm driving right now, call me. So boom, you pick up the phone and you call them, and here's the key. What do you do then? Do you go ahead and try to explain it? No, because then at that point you're being the message. At that point you say, listen, I just got involved. Could we get my business partner on the phone? If it's a female, many times Ann does a great job with three-way calls with a lot of females. If it's a younger person, Michael does a great job with younger people. If it's whoever else, tie me in and rely on that. And you know, about 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, we did a whole thing on three-way calls. So we're not getting deep on that. But make sure you utilize the three-way call the proper way. Practice that. But tie that person when they ask the question immediately to a three-way call. Listen, I can't explain it like I told you. Let me get my partner on the phone. Now, what happens if the person presses? And a lot of you guys have heard this before, right? They start pressing and say, well, listen, you got to tell me more about it. Say, listen, I can't. I just got involved. Let me get my business partner on the phone. Well, you know what? You got to tell me more. And then it's okay to take it away, guys, in a nice way. Say, you know what, Jim? I tried to explain to you that I can't really explain. I want to get you on the phone. If you can't take 5 minutes, then this probably is not for you. I got to move on, and always finish the call this way. I got to move on, and I got to reach out to a lot of people that need to hear about this tonight. So you're showing some urgency there, okay? So in a nutshell, guys, that's kind of the texting invite. And I know some of you guys have been around for a while. You may have your own method. If you've been to LVAs, you hear other methods of what people will use. But in a nutshell, that's typically what it is. A little bit of urgency. If you want to send them the video, that's okay. But then it's the follow-up. You know, and then the next day, if you send out 20 or 30 texts in a day, which is not hard to do, you could do it pretty quickly. That next day you could use for those follow-ups. Say, hey, Jim, did you have a chance to look at that video? You know what? No, I didn't. But you know what? I'll look at it tonight. Okay, cool. So at least you're doing something. I mean, a lot of times I think we get frozen where we do nothing. And this is at least a simple way to start putting it out there a little bit more. Okay? You got anything to feedback?
No.
I'm going to open up the hotline for anybody in case you guys have a message or a question or anything related to that. you think as long as we've been doing this, we would be able to figure out really quickly where we're not
It's
muting,
management participants is
Yeah.
how you do that.
but for some reason not
And
coming
then,
up. Unmute. There we go. It's hard to follow along on this thing. So yeah, guys, any questions or any comments or any experience that you guys have had that maybe you want to ask us about, that maybe you've run into something like this? You have a question for us? Anything at all?
My question, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Could you hear me earlier?
No.
No, we had everybody muted. Sorry.
I missed for the first 20-some minutes because I didn't have my phone. I was driving, and I guess my first time to ever do this while I was driving, so I missed all the smiley pages or whatever you're doing earlier. So.
That's right.
We recorded
Yeah,
it,
we
so we'll
recorded
send
it.
it out.
But the first 5 minutes, everybody won $1 million, Ken.
There you go. that is my luck. Trust me, that's my luck.
No, you're in the bag. We'll send it to you anyways. No, we recorded it, so Ian did some announcements, and then I really just kind of got into it.
Okay, cool.
But you're getting it figured out, though. I could tell you're getting.
Finally got it connected there after about 30 minutes. But
Yeah,
anyway.
and you got your new phone, so you're good to go.
Yep.
Ken got a new phone. Super.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's able to do
Super.
three-way calls now.
Awesome.
He threw that flip phone out the window.
Ancient technology.
So if anybody's got any questions at all, but we went through pretty quick. It was only about a 18-minute call, and
That's
it
good.
gives you guys a pretty good flavor of texting. Kent, I know you're on the road a lot, and for you, it's more a matter of like you're talking to people, and that's when we would call.
I just got to get the follow up done. That's my biggest. I've got 15 people that I had interested at some point, but I called like 5 of them today. Didn't get a return call from it because I let it go for a week or two, and that's what you can't do.
Right.
Well, you're right. The urgency part, while it's hot, you gotta try to connect with them, but that's okay. I mean, I keep working on the other 10 that you have.
It'll come together. I got 2 or 3 of them that are right there on the border. I'm trying to get them to on a 3-way with you as soon as I can get them connected.
That sounds good.
All right.
Okay, man. Anybody got anything else, or are we good? We got it recorded, guys. We'll keep doing this every week. We're trying to pick a topic that I think helps everybody.
If anybody has any suggestions in the future that you'd like some additional info on, text us and let us know, and we'll address it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And with the texting, it really is something that it's somewhat non-personal. So you picking up the phone, calling somebody is a little bit hard because you get nervous, but sending the text, really, there's no nerves. So just go ahead and start doing it. Just pull that Band-Aid off and go for it.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll let you go. You guys have a great night, and we will talk soon, all right?
All right. See ya.
Bye.
There you go.